You're not confident? Why? Okay, stop it right here. I don't care. Actually, I do. This is what this video is about. I'm gonna walk you through 8 tips that I still practice every day about hopefully building your confidence, being more aware of your weaknesses so you can turn them into strengths. It's a hard word to pronounce. You're sitting on astrology books and some tarot card decks. I hope you feel the spirituality coming through the screen, giving you the mental clarity. First, to stop comparing yourself. I know with the era of social media, you will see people succeed. The truth is, you never know what someone is going through, or human brains need to compare to really fully grasp the concept and understand what a success means. That's what our brains do. Okay, so let's not fight it. Let's try to adjust it. That's why it's important to compare yourself to past versions of yourself, not to compare yourself to classmates, to colleagues. Friendly, gentle reminder. Social media is fake. It's BS. Okay, the second tip is to surround yourself with good people and good vibes. Obviously, it would be better to have a great support system that's able to almost carry you through your goals and encourage you and help you to recognize your strengths and what you've accomplished. Not just good people, but also good vibes. I know it's kind of a controversial opinion, but don't feel guilty for taking breaks from the news if you feel the need to do so. I think to me, there's a difference between being silent on particularly social issues versus being ignorant and willingly ignorant. Humans are sponges. What you see, what you hear will define you. That's why we're like 55% genes and 45% environment. It's extra important because you are who you are with. You are what you see, what you pay attention to. So it's very, very important. Third point, you have to determine what matters to you. In order to do that, you have to get rid of the news, social media, even your good peers. You have to get rid of their opinions, what they think of you, all of that. You have to be like, no, me, well, you, us, the universe, me as my own person. What negative talk do I hear myself saying when I don't feel as confident as I would like to? I'm not gonna give you a cheesy tip about like, oh, you should just like think positive. Like, oh, you suffer from depression? Oh, you should just smile. Yeah, just smile. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. No, Karen, it's not how it works. We'll take the example of public speaking. I think a lot of people can relate. The importance of reframing that negative talk, not necessarily as positive, but rather as fixable. That will give you a growth mindset that makes you strive to do better, to be better, to practice, to try, to not be as fearful of failure. Because let's be honest, not having confidence kind of roots from the not wanting to fail, wanting to be perfect. I want you to be specific, extra specific. Let's say you're in a situation of public speaking. You are not feeling confident about your abilities. Okay, that's too vague. Are you not feeling confident about your accent if you're speaking in another language? Are you not feeling confident about your physical appearance, the way your posture is going to look? Or is it about your knowledge on the presentation you're going to give? If you're not specific on the issue you want to fix, you're not going to find a specific fix because you don't have a specific issue. It won't help you build up that confidence. The issue is that you are aware of yourself, you know your mannerisms, you know the way you talk. For public speaking, I would highly advise to do something as simple as speaking a little bit slower than you would regularly, which would allow you to get a breather, anything that makes you more comfortable. Depending, again, if it's your accent, Duolingo, best app to practice. Listen to shows in the language that you wish to speak more of. Practice. If it's about your physical appearance, don't choose your outfit the day of your super big presentation. You want to have it already prepared. You want to make sure you're comfortable in it. Once you've identified that specific fix, you'll get to the managing point that's like, okay, what's my game plan? How do I reframe those thoughts that are, I'm not confident in my public speaking? See, we went from I'm not confident in my public speaking skills to I'm not comfortable about my accent and I'm worried that people will make fun of me for my accent to I can practice, I can listen to music shows in Spanish, English, whatever language you want to speak, and then practice, and then maybe I won't be good to go, but at least I would have given it my best. That leads me to the next point, that is the body language. Your posture, your mannerisms, all of that. The fake it till you make it, I'm not gonna lie to you, I really like that expression, I guess. For any of you that have watched Grey's Anatomy, you know Amelia's pose is like the superhero pose that she does before surgery. Forcing yourself to smile for a minute to 2-3 minutes, depending on how you're feeling, will significantly improve your mood. And that's like scientifically proven. So body language is super important. The fifth point, I think, is going to be the hardest. I would ask you to talk to yourself like you talk to your closest friend. Imagine that person coming to you with your worries that you have previously identified as obstacles to your confidence. How would you approach that friend? Would you dismiss their negative thoughts as you probably do to yourself? I think it's very important to project that as if it was a friend and kind of do a little role play with yourself, because when I was doing research on the topic, I saw a lot of tips that were be kind to yourself, practice gratitude, all of that stuff. I think that's not for beginners and people that really struggle with self-confidence or confidence in general. So I think putting your issues onto someone else is kind of like cutting that emotional tie that you have with the obstacles. Because if a friend comes to you and you're like, I've heard you practice, your speech was impeccable, you'll realize, trust me, most times than not, you will realize that your fears, although very valid, they are a bit out of proportion. Just like we focus on the negative rather than the positive, we tend to be very fearful of the unknown or stuff that hasn't even happened yet. I hope you know that stress you're feeling means that you care. I know, other ways to show you care. Send me flowers, buy me chocolate. I don't know. And it takes a lot of practice. There's that perfect curve that is like, no stress, no, I won't really push myself to do better. And then too much stress that freezes you, kind of like incapacitates you. You need that stress. Your stomach might feel a little upset. You gotta use those emotions to be like, hey, I'm breathing. And sometimes the stress takes over, and that's what clouds your judgment of, oh, I did really bad in this presentation, or even worse, I am gonna do really bad. Self-fulfilling prophecies are a thing. Unless I'm completely in a parallel universe, if you're watching this video, it means you're still here, which means you've had 100% success rate at overcoming whatever obstacles you had in your life. What's that? Thank you? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I also have to remind you that this is a process, not a singular instance. You cannot be a perfectionist. I know you might want your presentation to be like 10 out of 10 perfection. If you're too perfectionist, that stops you before you even started. Procrastination comes from them wanting it to be perfect, although they haven't even started yet. It's something you have to recognize that maybe stops you from even starting a project or feeling slightly good about yourself. Number 7 is a cute way to look at it. You have to think of your past successes because, again, if you're here, you've had successes. I don't want to hear about blah, blah. And I want you to think about how they came to be at first. Did you know they were going to be a success? How were you actually feeling before it happened, while it happened, and after it happened? Think about it and you'll realize, I can promise you, you'll find a pattern of, I thought I couldn't do it. Oh, I did it? Oh, yeah, I always knew I could, which is what we call confirmation bias. Another great example is the lottery numbers. When you announce the numbers, you'll be like, oh my God, it'll be the most random numbers. And then they'll be on the screen. You'll be like, oh my God, this is my grandma's number. Oh my God, this is the number of trees in my backyard, and oh my God, you'll associate stuff that you would have never associated before. The last one is something I'm not gonna ask you to do until you've fully managed the 7 first. because I personally believe it's the hardest, and it is to face your fears and to live in the moment. Things you're scared of are stuff you've never done before, the unknown. We're very frail creatures, okay? I'm not saying that being scared is bad. It's a feeling, it's an emotion that you have to make the most out of because you can't really control it. Fear and stress are ways for your body to make sure you survive. And living in the moment means already not comparing yourself, understanding that your performance is not a straight line. You'll have days where it's up, you'll have days where it's down, and that's why it's important to live in the present and to be able to acknowledge even small stuff like, oh, I helped a friend by giving them like a new song to listen to when they were feeling down. Here's the thing, nothing is small. Confidence, again, not a singular instance. It's a process. You build confidence with your experiences. How can you get experiences? By living in the moment, by doing things. I'm not gonna lie to you, I still can't do it. I still think, this person in my class or my program is doing a thesis and they're working 3 jobs and they have 7 volunteering stuff happening and I'm just here. It sucks. But then I have to be like, okay, what do you want to do about it? Are you just gonna be in your little pit of despair forever? Or do you want to actually work towards your goal? Let me know down below what techniques you use when you're in a situation that makes you nervous or not confident or anything at all. Whatever your goal, your little personal goal is, it's huge, and I really support you going towards whatever you're feeling. There's always a solution. I just really want to encourage you to think about a specific thing you want to target and then work on the game plan on how to fix it. The more specific, the more attainable it is. You always want to fix SMART goals. I'll forget what they all are, but A is attainable if I'm not mistaken. So SMART goals. I used it for school, but it works in your personal life as well. Thank you so much for watching. Quick little update about me. If you watch my videos, you know and you can see that I have acne. For the past few days, I've had like huge active breakouts that hurt like hell, made me cry every day, and I was really embarrassed about my breakouts, and I was like, oh my god, I'm worthless. Like, oh my god, I'm so ugly, I'll never be the same, and I hate acne, and I hate the world. So that was a little intense, a little bit overreacting. Bottom line is, I changed a bit of my diet. We'll see, you know. Changed my diet for 2 days though, so I guess it was not that important for me. But I just wanted to say, you're not always going to be at your best. I know it's not something you want to hear, but you can't have ups if you don't have downs. I'm not saying there's a positive outlook on everything, because that's not the case. I'm just saying fear cannot be your excuse, and that's just a fact. I really do hope this video can help at least one person. That's honestly all I care for. That sounds so cliche. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, don't forget to empty your email boxes, because that pollution is not cute. Just delete those emails. You'll never open them anyway. Delete them. Thank you. I hope to see you in my next video. Truthfully, if you're watching my videos, you are the best. So, I'm just saying, your confidence, I think your ego just went. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next one. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.